This episode is brought to you by SHAREfactory. Hey everybody, I am your host, Furry Nuts, from Furry Nuts and Franken Frog Game Show. I'm here to talk about Battlefield 5, and I'm impressed, but also kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? So we'll get right into it. I watched the video recently, and okay, in the beginning part, it was like, oh, all right, cool. And then when it showed the immediate, like, the being able to edit your character, obviously, and all that kind of stuff, it just kind of ruined it for me. Like, with this gal, we'll talk about her later, but I think they should have saved the editing part as kind of like a little surprise for their next trailer. Obviously, it comes out on October 16th, 2018, which is pretty cool. I can't believe how soon it's coming out. Like, especially with all the mechanics in it, being able to jump out of windows, being able to jump back, like fall backwards and shoot, and I'm pretty amazed by it. But yeah, the gameplay I was very impressed with. I'm really curious if they're going to go with a storyline. A storyline would be really good. With Battlefield 1, how they did their little mini stories, like, it was cool, but I just kind of wish it was a little bit more set on certain character, kind of like how Call of Duty World War II did. I'm not a big fan on Call of Duty World War II's multiplayer because everything's so small, because basically that game is run to the end, kill people, oh no, spawn flip, run back. That's why I love Battlefield. Battlefield's pretty simple. It's, okay, I gotta capture this post, okay, run to the next post, run into a couple of the guys, possibly die 5 times by trying to get to the next post. At least that's what happened to me. I'm not the best player on Battlefield. But Call of Duty, I love their storylines. The storylines, that's the only reason why I buy those games. And for Battlefield, I love the storylines because they're long and it has a really good just storytelling, honestly. But with Battlefield 1, storyline is just kind of like, what? Okay. Oh, I just beat that one in a day. I want a good transitioning of a good story that is very long-lasting. And then, after beating the storyline, then going to multiplayer. It's just what I do, and it's how I've always gamed. But I love how they put all these different vehicles from World War II into this game, that vehicles that nobody's ever driven at all, like this one right here with the motorcycle that's kind of like a half track. It's pretty awesome. The main thing I'm so excited for are the tanks. Being able to tow a flak cannon anywhere you want. I don't know if you're going to be able to drop it off or anything like that. I don't know very much details, but I'm so happy that you're able to do that. Not only that, but I'm really happy that you're able to build fortifications. I've also heard that when you join into a game, that you'll be able to parachute in, kind of like Fortnite kind of thing. And, you know, it's a very daring kind of thing, but I guess a lot of people like that kind of gameplay. But building the fortifications, like putting sandbags up, I think that's pretty awesome. You know, you weren't able to do that in any of the battlefields. So that's a new thing that I'm very excited about. You know, pretty much like in this video right here, you can see that there's a anti-tank cannon just sitting there. And, you know, it's very usable and very effective, but, you know, it's still stuck in that spot. So pretty much everybody knows where it's at. Everybody knows what's going to happen. Like, there's a guy there. I can just snipe him. Or I can just run up behind him and stab him. Like, even if you are able to move the cannons wherever you want, you know, you might run into that one guy that stabs you in the back or shoots you in the head or whatever. But, you know, you still have that chance of survival. So the awesome thing is tanks being able to just run through the buildings is pretty cool. You were kind of able to do that, but you would always hit the wall, and then you would have to back up and hit it again, and then you'd be able to go through. From what I've been hearing, you can actually bulldoze through the house and just totally destroy it. I also heard that you are able to rebuild the structures so that way, you know, you have your little help. I'm very excited for the planes, especially the Messerschmitt, the Stuka. I don't know what they're gonna have. It would be awesome if, for the American side, if they had the we'll just go with the P-51 Mustang or whatever. Like, it'd be cool to have access to all the different types of World War II planes. My all-time favorite is the German Stuka, because if you look into the history of that plane, it's very interesting. Totally look it up, because a lot of the times when they were doing their dive, the pilots would pass out, and they had a little function of when they were done bombing, the plane would automatic go up. So check out and read it online. I don't care what you do, or look for a documentary. But also, I've been hearing that this one is a very, very specific, that you have to have like a squad that you have to work together with each other, because you're going to start out with less ammo. Your health when you're shot, it will only regenerate to a certain point, and then you have to go to one of your teammates who is a medic, and they would help you out with health and whatnot. And they'll be able to, if you're hit, they'll be able to drag you to safety. I've also heard that kind of stuff. You know, I'm just going off of what I've heard, and so don't quote me on this, all right? But other than that, like, everything seems pretty solid. My biggest thing is the customization. It's really too cartoonish. It's way too cartoonish for me. You know, if I wanted to play a game that was cartoonish, I would play Call of Duty. And yes, I will always choose Battlefield over more than Call of Duty, because all honesty, I ran into more adults playing Battlefield than kids, because every time I play Call of Duty, I always hear squeakers, and it's kind of annoying. The coolest thing on this one too, if you actually watch the video and look in this part, there is an actual heavy tank Stug that I'm so excited for that you can drive, and I've always wanted to play in one of those. So check that out. I like the animation of the kill cam of doing a melee and whatnot, but to me it takes too much time. I think that's going to take way too much time. Like, it's cool and all. Then this is what gets me: the prosthetic arm. I don't know if anybody has used them in war. Like, I don't know if you were able to use them in war, but I just kind of cool, but not cool, I guess. I just too futuristic. But yeah, like, the customization, just kind of leave that out. I don't care about it. Planes, like bombers, and then tanks, you got your panzers and all that stuff. I really hope they have the behemoths, especially for a mouse tank. If you don't know what a mouse tank is, look it up. Anyway, we're getting to the end of our show. Hope to hear more from you guys in the comments section. Take care, easy.